Greg, just talking to Bobby McMahon and just the value he saw from being new to this team, having a week of practice to kind of almost catch up. Have you seen them receive that kind of value this week over the 3 days of practice?
Yeah, today was another good day. All 3 days, the team was really focused, practice with purpose. There was strong execution. The 2 days of rest was much needed. It rejuvenated everybody. And now we have some time to practice as a group and work on some things that we need to work on, and really just give them the puck touches that they need to feel comfortable with the puck again. When you're playing so many games in a short stretch, you don't have time to practice, then the only puck touches you get are in a game. If you actually follow a player around for the entirety of their shift of the whole game, there's not a lot of time with the puck as the game's moving really fast. So it's just been a good week.
How much feedback would you get about some of the new players out there that are getting skating, time, getting shot time, getting development coach time, and how useful has that been for them just in these 3 days to just soak it all in?
Yeah, that's really important too. Our development staff has done a great job coming in here each day and spending time with individuals, and that's really where you make a lot of gains. It's having those individual conversations and breaking things down a little bit further than when you get in team drills at times to be more specific. So it's been really good for our guys to get that attention this week as well.
And when you look at the Bobby McMahons, Jeremy McKenna's of the team, and the expectations of what they got thrown into it, and sometimes that's great, but what are the expectations for them as you look, towards the next 24 games?
To keep working hard, to have a process every day of getting better, to improve themselves, be ready to play at any given moment. With as many games as we're playing in such a short amount of time for the season, we're going to have to lean on depth of our roster and our organization to have success. And it's a great opportunity for them to be at this level, feel this pace, be around these pros, and build out what that is for them as well, and be around our resources, and they're taking full advantage of it.
Next question goes to Nick Barden. Go ahead, Nick.
Hey, Greg. Just 2 questions. First off, I want to talk about all the players who you think are underrated, going maybe a little bit off the board of maybe the Nick Robertsons, the Alex Galchenyuks in the leadership group. I was wondering if you could talk about just some of the players who are, again, underrated and just don't get the recognition at some point.
Yeah, the first one that really sticks out is Tyler Gaudette. Phenomenal human being, great leader for our group, does everything the right way, works really hard, demands of his teammates to have a standard, and he's playing great hockey. He's offensively a big impact for us this season. His confidence is really high, and I don't think at times majority of the time he gets the credit or the attention that he deserves with the amount of work that he's put in this offseason and the start to his year so far this year. I know there's been attention on D'Agostini, but it's been really impressive what he's been able to do in this start of the season for us and giving us a chance to win every night. He's a really fun goalie to watch, really smart, probably one of our most competitive people. And sometimes that's kind of lost because his position is so different than the rest of the team. But man, has he been impressive to start this season. Kiva Halme also is another defenseman who's added a lot to his game. He's thriving offensively right now. He's a great teammate, he's a great kid, he works hard. So he's another guy that at times not in front of the limelight and being mentioned, but has been contributing in a lot of ways. Marinson, I know Rosen, Liljegren, like those guys get a lot of talk, but Marinson as well, for the amount of minutes that he plays against top lines, top opponents, he's a great defender. He does a lot for us, and it doesn't always end up on the score sheet, but he's a real valuable part of our team.
And then going off of that, Kenny Agostino, we heard just maybe an hour ago that he's getting his first NHL game in almost 2 years. How is he with the Marlies? Like, did he bring his leadership as well? Like, just how does he? He deserves it, and obviously, what do you think about that?
Thrilled for him. if that's the case, he's playing tonight. I mean, we've been focused on our day today and our practice. If that's the case, he's getting that opportunity. That's great. Really excited for him. He earned it with his hard work. The offseason is what really impressed me with him. Whether it was the return to play camp back in June and July, or it was this training camp coming back again for this season. He was really focused, came with a smile on his face, worked hard every day. His attention to detail in practice is one of the best. And just the quality person that he is, and the guys love him. He's a real good person to be around in the room. Brings a ton of energy, a lot of leadership. So that's exciting.
And last question goes to David Sis.
Greg, how do you make sure that despite all despite the fact that you guys haven't played a game in almost a week now, how do you make sure that your team heads onto the ice tomorrow for game time and they're ready to go, ready to compete, and are able to keep up with the same pace as playing against a team that they've got in more games in the past week than you guys have?
Yeah, I mean, we've played a lot of games, so I really don't think this break is that long to where we forgot what it feels like to play a hockey game. I think the team's going to be ready to play. We also know it's a really strong opponent, so they're pretty amped up, and they proved it this week in practice. We had 3 really strong practices with high tempo and high execution. We feel as a staff that they're trending in the right direction to be ready for tomorrow, but it's also been a strong week for us in a lot of other ways where we needed the break from the games and to mentally and physically recover a bit from that workload. So there's been a lot of positive takeaways for this week, and we should be ready to